to what she said, tonight we are going to recap episodes 10, 11, and 12 of MAFS. Now, I do have to put a disclaimer in here. I haven't actually been able to watch any of them because I don't currently have internet. So I haven't been able to stream any of it. But my beautiful co-hosts, who are...
I'm Moira.
And I'm Emma.
And they're going to fill me in on all of the goss. So, girls, what happened? What have I missed? Tell me all the goss. Who's falling apart? Who's fallen out? Who's deeply in love?
Well,
you missed some sexy time.
Emma's predictions came true. Those legs don't lie. Jake did a walk. Jake took a walk and left.
Get out.
He broke the rules. I feel like MAFS is just not in control of anything that's going on at the moment. People are just breaking the rules and leaving left, right, and center. So, yes, Jake did a little walk-sies.
Oh my goodness.
He was not having it. He was not having a bar of Ashley. So he just decided to pack his bags and return to Perth.
Oh, wow. Right. So that means that Ashley's gone?
Ashley had to pack her bags and leave too.
Yeah, by default. So we didn't see any goodbyes. It was just they were done.
Boom, done.
Yep. See you later.
Also, though, can I just ask, completely off the topic though?
Yes.
Why were Ash and Jake in the studio room when Jackie and Ryan have a 2-bedroom apartment?
I don't know.
So I saw, obviously, Ryan was like, I give you the second bedroom for your clothes, so indicating they have a 2-bedroom apartment. And when Jake was leaving, and Ash obviously couldn't lay in bed because Jake had all his stuff on the bed because he was packing, and she was standing in the kitchen, which is quite literally 1 foot away from the bed. And I was like, wonder why they have a studio and Jackie and Ryan have a 2-bedroom apartment.
Maybe they scissor paper rocked or drew straws before the show.
But how random, though, to put some people with no second space to go to and others have like a living room and 2 bedrooms. I just found that really interesting.
Mind you, in other seasons, I should say, they have had the ability to, if they've had like a massive disagreement, they've got the ability to go to another apartment. But obviously they hadn't had that big of a disagreement at that stage, and so they were obviously staying together.
Speaking of, I'm jumping ships and episodes and all the rest. Lots of hurdles that I'm jumping. So somebody did leave. They also walked out, and you need to guess, it's probably not who you're thinking. They walked out and went away for the weekend because they'd had enough.
Yeah, went home.
I'm going to say that it's Jackie.
No,
that is a roller coaster all on its own.
Yeah. No,
He's
Tony.
Left.
No, he's back. He just left for the weekend. He needed a break.
Okay.
Tony.
What?
Yes.
Get out of town. Morena would not have liked that at all.
Oh, Morena did not like that. Oh, no.
I have so much on Karen. It's
on
not
Karen.
I think she's been dubbed Karen.
She is. Are we just going to dive right into them since we've started? Okay, I've got notes. I said she's a lot. She really is. She doesn't let him talk. Okay, so basically they were talking and then she went off at him. They had their nice romantic thing and it was actually really nice. It brought them together. So the women had to do their fantasy date.
It's the fantasy week, right?
Yeah. So Morena actually did quite a lovely one. It was Titanic based.
I'll set the image for you. Tony is bricking it. He is just like, what is she going to make me do? What do I have to look at? What is she going to make me wear? He is absolutely bricking it. He is sweating. He doesn't know where to look. He's like pacing back and forth. She tells him to leave and he comes back in and she's laying on the couch. She's got this like red lingerie on that like has a connector from the boobs to the neck and has like a neck piece on. But she does have a satin pink robe on and all you can see is like from the boobs and up. And she's laying on the couch and she has an easel set up for him on their dining table with a glass of red wine with some little tea lights lit. So He sits down and he's like chugging at the red wine. He's like, what's going to happen here? And then he knocks back the red wine and then he grabs the glass of water on the table and knocks the water back. And she says, no, Tony, that's for the kids.
paintbrushes. It's like, I don't really mind at this point. Like, he's so nervous.
He's so nervous.
So this episode 10,
Yeah, all of the girls got to sit down with the lovely
Alexandra.
Alessandra.
Yes, that's it.
She is the sexy lady.
Yeah, and she set them a task that they had to create their fantasy date. And it was all about the women. So they didn't have to take into account of what the men would have wanted in their fantasy because it was the woman's fantasy night.
Yeah.
So this was obviously Morena's fantasy.
Yeah.
And Morena had said, it's been 7 years since I've slept in the bed with a man. And Tony currently sleeps at 5 p.m. on the couch. So she hasn't even slept with Tony. As in sleeping beside each other.
In the same bed.
Is it or is it just because he's old and he falls asleep anyway?
They had a lovely night and Tony painted this. Morena loved it. Definitely a painting. I wouldn't say it's artwork. And they had a lovely night. And then I am skipping forward, but I just want to concentrate on this couple.
Okay.
And then the next day, all the men, they had to go and speak with Alessandra. And he was super excited and pumped up. He'd had such a lovely night the night before. He was excited to go home and tell her about it. And Morena did a Morena thing. As soon as he walked in, she was reading this book of affirmations and she wouldn't even allow him to speak. And she started reading an affirmation. And so he sat down beside her and then she read a second affirmation as he was trying to explain the day and how excited he was to see her so that they could continue that lovely relationship that had just begun the night before. And she shut it down just by her actions. And so Tony got up a few times because he was frustrated. He went and got a coffee. He came back and sat down and then he got up again. And then Morena got up and was kind of following him with her mouth.
And not in a good way.
She's a piece of work. She's my new villain. Yeah. And he said he didn't actually say stop talking. He said something like, you don't give me a chance, you don't stop talking so I can have my go, or something like that. He said, it was in a sentence, not a demand. And she's like, how dare you tell me to stop talking? And she blew it out of proportion like Miranda does. A true Karen form, hence the nickname. And then I think she left.
So she said, that's fine, I will. He said something like, sometimes you just need to stop talking and listen. And so she said, that's fine, you want me to stop talking? And then she walked off and left.
Yeah, but it was very passive aggressive. So my comments, Morena is a fucking bitch. She is a Karen. I don't see her as attractive anymore. I see her as an ugly beast. That was my comments. When I look at her now and throughout the rest of the show, I don't look at her as being beautiful and lovely anymore. I look at her as being quite ugly from the inside.
Do you think that that her marriage and the breakdown of it and all of the ugliness that has been pushed onto her from her marriage, do you think she's seeing this as kind of like a rebound and she's going to do everything that has been done to her to the rebound?
Well, before Moira says whatever she has to say, because I know she's going to rebut whatever I say, she actually did make comment that is what her husband told her to stop talking. For the 30 years they were married, stop talking. I could probably see the husband's point. She doesn't give anyone a break. Like, if I had to deal with her, fuck.
She's getting you all wind up, isn't she?
She really is. I have so many more comments. And then when she's like, oh, I'll stop talking. And then she had like drank this massive thing of water and just kept
like
gulping the water. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
But she forever. And you know why she had to drink that much? Because her mouth was so dry from talking when she said she wasn't going to talk any longer. Like, I cannot handle that woman at all. There's more about her, but we'll go on. Yeah. What? Okay,
I
we're
feel
talking.
like I want you to dig yourself in deeper. Go ahead.
Oh, I've got more comments.
Would you like me to jump in or you want to keep digging?
No, I'll dig a little
Yes,
deeper.
no?
Go ahead.
So I didn't like
I'll allow
before
it.
she left. Before she left, she was standing up against the counter and he was sitting down and she was yelling at him and it was very aggressive. And
Oh,
just the fact that she was kind of standing over him,
yeah.
she knows exactly what she's doing. She's probably done this before. Who am I to say about her marriage? But I feel like maybe she's not learning.
It was
Not
quite an
learning.
aggressive tone, and I think that at her age and his age, and he's not yelling, he's being very calm in how he's talking, and she's being quite she's pissed, essentially. She's pissed. No, I couldn't help myself. And I was on social media and I happened to see something that makes complete sense to me now. So let me take you back to the painting that he drew. He drew her and he said, I've drawn you with sad eyes. And she said, why do I have sad eyes? And he said, because I've hurt you and I'm sorry for that and I apologize for that, right? And I'm like, nowhere in here have we acknowledged any hurt. Like, I don't know what you've done. Have I missed an episode? Right. So apparently what happened was at their, what do they sit on the couch? Is that a confessional or what's that?
Ceremony?
Commitment ceremony, whatever it is. Commitment ceremony. Apparently, he had said something along the lines of, I still love my wife.
Get out.
So Tony is still married.
Is
But
his wife's name Mariana?
potentially. So what I did dig was that apparently he is still married. He is somewhat separated, but still loves her. And I think the only reason they're not together is because of a visa issue. And it was an American visa issue, so that makes me think she is from America. And also that he is not with her because one, visa issue, two, his dog. And his dog has since passed, apparently. And she had been saying to him, well, why don't you just go back to your wife? And he was like, no, but yes, apparently he was talking to the producers trying to get his wife on.
Get out.
That explains why he is apologizing to her and why he feels like he's hurt her and why he was drawing her with sad eyes.
And probably why he's sleeping on the couch, because he probably feels like he's cheating on his...
Correct, right?
Wow.
So what I mean by MAFS has lost control is that actually came out from, I believe it was her DJ official Instagram.
Get out.
And she's not the only one that has been spilling secrets. Jackie has also been spilling secrets.
Oh, it gets
fucking...
juicy.
But there you go. That's
Can't
the
handle
Marina
her either.
story. And
Yeah,
while we're on the topic, Jake apparently only said crazy eyes because Ashley said it first.
Yes, I did see that.
What?
And he looked at her as if to say, well, she's got crazy eyes, and looks at her like, well, you said it. I'm just reminding you of the conversation we've had, and so you can make the connection. Crazy eyes, and she took offense to it. And then in the men's meeting with Alessandra, then Ryan was like, oh yeah, Jackie put the crazy eyes on. And the guys were like, what? And he was like, yeah, try living with it. Oh.
Get out.
Oh.
Yeah.
But she does give good head.
Oh, that was massive. And he just didn't say that one comment. It wasn't a passing comment. He went on about it. Like every time that we have it, it's like, oh,
it like
better
gets
and better,
better
and
and better.
Next level. Yeah.
I feel like I sit here and eat some popcorn while you're telling me this.
The guys, Dave especially, was so annoyed about it.
And at the dinner party, he addressed that.
So Sierra was really funny for me because she was just like, I want to be touched, and I want to be touched inappropriately, and I want him on
bitten.
top of me. Like, she is dying for a bit of Billy action.
Oh, really?
Okay. Well, I have a lot to say about that at the dinner party, but let's just talk about their date night, Sienna and Billy.
Yeah.
So she looked absolutely gorgeous. She went out lingerie shopping like I think all of the girls did. Her fantasy was
She
had
wanted
also
to
a
be
robe.
touched. So apparently Billy
Yeah.
hasn't been they've done the deed once and that's it. So she's like, I want him to touch me. So her fantasy
Yeah.
was straddling a chair.
Yeah. Half naked and him massaging her with oil. And she wanted him to touch her. But okay, so my problem is it was very awkward to watch because he was slapping her like, as in like not sexually slapping. It was like he didn't know what to,
So,
like he'd never touched a woman before.
so he got the oil and just like sprayed it on her back. And can we just say he's a plasterer, right?
Yeah.
And it sounded like he had sandpaper for hands as he was doing this, like rubbing up her back in like quick
Yeah,
motion. It was not
it was
relaxing.
just
It was not soft and gentle. It was
like you rub sunscreen on a
sunscreen.
child, kind of like quick. And then when Alexandra spoke to the men about that, he actually made it sound like it was quite sensual, which it probably should have been if he'd done it right. He said that every part of her body was touched,
Well,
which
he also said it was a bit awkward because she was there, legs spread. And I was like, no, she wasn't there, legs spread. She was there straddling a chair with her back to
yeah.
you.
Alexandra said, Billy, there's a time you need to touch, you need to, kiss, caress, whatever she said, because you're in the friend zone. And if you don't get out of that, pretty much it's too late. That wasn't her exact words, but
I do recall going back to when they were on the honeymoon, and he was very much, I wanted to pump the brakes, but we have had sex, but he didn't actually want to do it then.
Yeah, so,
So
he did mention in his chat with the boys and Alessandra that a lot of his relationships have been purely just physical, and I feel like it's kind of like a Jeff and Ree situation where obviously that fizzles then. His like yeah, it just fizzles for either them or him and it doesn't go anywhere. But yes, so that was their date night. Ree and Jeff had a really lovely date night previous to this MAFS session. They used to go and have Japanese food together and stuff. So she had ordered in Japanese food and had red wine. And she said on their wedding day, she wasn't able to do the wedding dance because her dress was so big. So she got the song and they had a little dance in their apartment to the wedding song, which I thought was really sweet. They're just a really cute couple.
And he said that her perfect fantasy night was actually his as well. So they're so well matched.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cute.
And then we didn't see Athena. Oh no, we did see Athena and Adrian. They played a board game, some sexy board game, but that was about it.
You reckon they're going to go the distance, Athena and...
Nah.
We've got some stuff to tell you in a minute. Ryan and Jackie.
So I think we know Jackie's love language is words of affirmation, and holy shit, does she want some words of affirmation?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was like non-stop. I get it, it's her fantasy, and it was like, I want you to non-stop talk about me and tell me how amazing I am.
My goodness.
But so she first took Ryan to the lingerie shop and tried on lingerie, and he got to choose what one. And it was very clear
on the ads where he said yummy, and I was like, oh, that's cringe. I'm like, oh.
His words of affirmation were not manly words. They might be childlike words, yes, but words were used.
Yes, Ryan has no sexy game.
In his cardigan. Was he wearing a cardigan? I imagine him he was wearing a cardigan. He may not have been.
I don't think he was.
The warrior love game.
He is terrible at expressing sexual anything. But I still don't like them, either of them as a couple, but I still prefer him over her. I cannot stand Jackie. She just wants to be told how gorgeous she is. She can't get over the photo ranking task. Like, it keeps coming back to that. Yet I do actually believe that she does give really good head because it's clear that they are being sexual. And she didn't deny that at the dinner party either when that was brought up. She
Ah,
kind of she didn't
Well,
deny it, but
that's a lie. So somewhat, because they've had their night. And I'm sorry, but they deep dive into everything. I feel like they can't just say something or have a thought without them deep diving into it. It's like just
who's diving?
both of them. She's like, just tell me I'm beautiful. And he was like, but that would be a lie. And it's like, but this is my fantasy. No, but I don't want to lie to you and blah, blah. And it's like, but that's not who I am as a
no.
person. And it's like, hey, mate, see the task? The task was you'll do whatever I tell you to do and you'll enjoy that. And he's sort of like, well, no, I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. So I can't tell you because I couldn't possibly lie. I am a warrior and I am one. Fuck off, mate.
Oh, he did kind of say, "Oh, you have really pretty hair and
My
like,
God, that is not game.
and you're really smart."
Yummy,
And
you're a snack. Give me Jackie gives good head was probably the best compliment he gave, and it wasn't even to her face.
yeah. So the one thing I didn't like is he knew that he'd said too much when all the guys were around chatting. I think he was trying to backpedal. So he had a chat with Jackie, obviously, like without cameras there, and I don't know how much he told her. I think he did tell her about the crazy eye comment, but
I
I
think
think
he
she,
did. And they were
yeah,
on a let's reset. So whenever they
yeah.
came into the dinner party and they walked in the doors, they obviously the boys greeted the boys, the girls greeted the girls. The girls and the boys had all been separately talking about the comments that Ryan had made. And
Oh,
so the girls had said to her, tell me what's been going on, like, tell me what's been happening. And then she was obviously talking about them having a reset and like they're moving forward. And then it was asked, well, have you two been intimate? No, we haven't. Well, have you been doing anything else? No. Has there been penis to mouth? No. And then it gets to the dinner table and Billy brings it up. And she's like, about the crazy eyes. And she was like, well, I do have crazy eyes. And everyone's kind of like, hold on. Did we not just
Yeah.
harass Jake over the fact that he called you crazy eyes?
yeah.
Now you have no problem with being called crazy eyes. In fact, you are owning that you have crazy eyes.
And she's like, I think it's fun to have crazy eyes. She's a contradiction because she's so onto everything, but she thinks it's funny when she gets dropped, and she thinks it's funny when she's called crazy eyes.
I
Yet
think it was
she
all an
hates
act.
everything else.
I feel like it was all an
Yeah.
act. But then it was brought up about him saying about, well, they were calling her out. They were like, well, you said that you haven't done anything, and he's off there telling everyone you're giving great head. And she was kind of
Mm.
like stunned mullet. She was like, oh my God, I've either just been caught out on a lie or he's been telling everyone what's been going on.
But then
Oh,
she did make a comment to the camera later. I don't think our sex life is relative. So I actually think they have been having sexy time, but she just doesn't want it known. Paul and Karina, they've got each other's back. They seem very, I
Going
hate using
well.
the term loved up, but they're
oh,
doing really well.
that's good.
Um, but they're really boring.
For that reason.
We want the drama.
There's no
And
drama with them.
So Jamie and Karina went lingerie shopping together, and they are like such a good girl team. Like they're like, oh my God, you're
Yeah.
so hot. My God, I want to have sex with you. Like they
yeah,
Oh,
were they were great together. And Jamie came back to the apartment, and all you saw of their night together was her in like a suit jacket, and then she like showed Dave. She's like, "So this is what I got today," and it was her in like lingerie, and he was like, "Yep, all right, you gotta go, boys,
you'll
gotta
need
go." And he just picked her up and took her to the bedroom.
I've been looking at Paul's hair for
Has he got
all of the
plugs?
episodes.
Has he got plugs? Has he
He
been
has
farming?
plugs.
Has he been farming?
That's what I think. Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad someone
Yeah.
else brought that up. I didn't want to be mean, but I was just, it really took hold of me on that last episode. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but there's something happening at the
Definitely.
front.
I
Yeah,
need
it's plugs.
and once I've watched the episodes, I really need to take note of the plugs.
Oh, that's all you'll be able to see from now because
Yeah,
that's all I
apologize.
see.
Yeah. Once you see it, can't unsee it.
No, no. Yeah, so okay, lots of drama hit the table. We've already spoken about a lot of it. Jackie and Ryan were in the firing line. Athena kind of got separated from the table a little bit and went up the other
Right.
end. So
By
why?
choice?
Yeah, she was just talking to other people, and I think she needed to have a little vent because like the main drift in their relationship is that what's false teeth guy name? What's his
Adrian.
name?
Brian.
That Adrian can't like get over the fact that she's a mum.
Yeah, okay.
And that, you know, that comment that he threw around saying that he doesn't know whether he could love another person's child as much as his own kind of thing. So they can't seem to move past that, yet they're having sex like rabbits. And that's the only thing that is really keeping them together.
Yeah.
But somebody is a big fat whore. And it ain't Athena.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You can't drop the mic on that and walk away. What are you talking about?
Shots fired.
So,
Tell me how you really feel, Em.
so down the other end of the table, there are a few couples, and Sienna was sitting next to Adrian. And the camera kind of shows Sienna attentively looking at Adrian. And by this time, she was like plastered. She was drunk. You could tell she was. But she was really looking at Adrian with sexy eyes, right? And okay, she hasn't been getting any from Billy. So maybe she has compartmentalized and they're in the friend zone in her mind. I don't know. But Athena and Adrian are clearly rabbits, and they've made that known. But under the table, they are playing footsies, Sienna and Adrian, and talking to other people and just smirking at each other. And then they proceeded to say that they spent the day together.
I spend more time with Adrian.
So I reckon they'll be having sexy time very soon.
Oh.
Billy deserves better.
Oh, yeah, he does not deserve that.
No.
Oh my
Did they
goodness.
play footsie? Because I was watching it and I was like, I feel like his legs are there and her legs are there, and neither the twain met. I didn't see it.
I don't know. I assumed that's what was happening
I
because
assumed that's what I was like, where is it? And I kept watching and I'm like, I can't see a leg cross.
no, but it
foot
was
touch.
very dark, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Somebody write in and let me know. Did they touch feet or did they not? But it was definitely there was
Paige,
innuendo.
we need you to adjudicate on this. You need to watch it
Yeah.
and let us know. Did
All
they
right,
touch?
I need
Did they
to
touch
watch
footsies or no?
Yeah.
So, yes, for our listeners, please do write in and let us know what you
No.
think. Was there footsie? Was there not footsies? What's your view? But I will definitely be coming back to you girls with my decision around
Can't
footsie
wait.
gate.
Look forward to it.
Can we call it footsie gate?
Mm. But hey, Paige, it didn't end there.
Oh, really?
No.
No.
But wait, there's more.
Karen made an appearance.
Karen reappeared.
So Tony's there?
He's come back from his weekend away, yes.
Right, and Morena, Karen,
Yeah.
Mark, we're going to call it Maren.
It appeared
Maren.
that Morena, out of nowhere, started having a dig at Ryan after everyone had moved on from the Ryan and Jackie saga. It appeared that she was just not over it, so she brought it back up again. That's how the editing made it appear.
Yeah, way out of, and like that was everyone's comments. And I was like, man, did she just have a senior moment? Was she asleep for the rest of that conversation? And then she just woke up and decided
to
like
find out. Was Maren there the whole time?
I would have thought so, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
because she just made another appearance. So she's been there the whole time.
Yeah, but I reckon she was asleep in the corner. I don't know. Something was happening. Yeah, I had this woman's back right at the start. I said she was lovely, but as I said, her internal beauty is no longer there for me, and I'm just seeing.
Deep, but ugly goes to the bone.
No,
That's right.
I disagree. I feel like she has just been edited completely wrong.
Oh, well, your opinion and I have mine.
And
I'm still going to call her
and then
Maren.
she didn't have her sights just set on Ryan. She had her sights set on Paul.
Oh.
Because Paul had made a comment that she was going off on one down the hall. And she was like, that never happened. What are you talking about? Called him a little boy and everything.
Actually, she called everyone little boys. And she called Tony a 5-year-old at one stage. Not at the dinner party, but in a previous episode. I think she has a lot of baggage from obviously 30 years of a loveless marriage or being treated poorly. We don't know what went on there. But she is coming across as a horrible person right now. And everybody is commenting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Well, let's look at it right. We had Elliot left. So then we moved to Tim left. So then we moved to Jake left. Now we're on Ryan and Tony. Well, now we're poor Tony, so it's really just Ryan. And then the villain girls, it was Jackie, then it's Ashley. Ashley's gone, so now we're moving to Morena.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. I enjoy her.
Also, little skanky face, Sienna.
Next week is going to be good TV.
Oh, the ceremony on Sunday.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
I feel like that everyone will stay only because they need more screen time. I think if Tony had his choice, he'd probably cut and leave.
Yeah.
And I think if Billy finds out, which it sort of does appear like something may come up.
Yeah.
I think he will leave as well.
Who's the next one you reckon would leave?
Well, with what you've just told me, I think it's going to be Morena and Tony.
Interesting. Yeah. That seems very possible. I also don't understand why Athena is staying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it is very clear that he is just either saying what she wants to hear just to keep her there. But I don't think he has any intentions of fathering or trying to even be a father figure to her son.
Yeah. I know why she's staying. Because she's a mum that has a 6-year-old child and she probably doesn't get sex. She's getting it. It's on tap right now. And she's a young person and she probably needs to clean some cobwebs. She's staying for the...
I hear you.
She's staying for the penile.
I wonder, though, if she's really annoyed that Tony went home. That would have annoyed me if I was a single mom that hadn't seen my son in weeks and I knew that someone was going home on the weekends. And I'd be like, well, I don't get those same rules. So why is it okay for you? I want to go home and see my son.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, Tony's just cracked. I guess she now that Jake's proven that you can leave.
Yes.
Probably all bets are off the table because anyone could leave a drop of a hat, especially in such a high intensity emotional roller coaster ride that everyone's going to be going on.
Yeah. And is this where the show kind of unfolds? Like, could this be the last season because people are just not taking it seriously?
Yeah. So they're just leaving whenever they want to leave. They're not sticking to the rules as far as they want to. And I believe that so Morena and Jackie have both let slip what happens to them without us having even reached the end of MAFS.
Wow.
So we already know the answer to their love stories.
I don't because I don't watch it.
And I believe a lot of them haven't handed over their social media, which I think they have to. They have to hand over social media to MAFS, and I think a lot of them haven't.
Wow. Isn't that interesting?
I 100% think that they need to be 24/7 in their next year.
Yeah, they need to bring back the Big Brother version.
Big Brother version, absolutely.
Yeah. That's the only way. That's the only way they're going to get around everybody breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Is having the cameras in their face 24/7.
Yeah. Can you imagine having a Big Brother meets Married?
Oh, that's going to be a 10:30 at night viewing.
Channel 9.
Yeah. So there'll be lots of sexy time in that for sure.
Yes.
That might have to be a subscription service.
Yeah, that's right.
I definitely think it would be screening up. So it'd be kind of like Big Brother, you screen at 7:30 and then you'd wait until 10:30 or whatever it was to see the explicit scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dancing dooners.
I just got that.
You know what? I didn't actually watch Big Brother, but I seem to know a lot about it.
See, that was another show that I auditioned for.
Prominent
Really?
wife.
I
What is
didn't make
wrong
it.
with these people?
I haven't auditioned for anything.
Really? Get out there. Go on.
But travel guides, guys, if you want us on travel guides, happy to do it.
We would be hilarious. We are hilarious.
I think I would pay to watch you two on The Amazing Race. I think that would be good TV.
Oh my God, we get lost.
No, because
Yes.
we would fail first round because
Yeah.
I'd be sick
Yeah,
on the
it would still
airplane.
be. It would still be good for. Do you know what? I think they would actually keep you in and find a way just to like let you stay there for a few episodes. I think that would be
So
really
that they
good.
could watch me vomit every episode.
Oh God.
It would be filming on the plane and it'd just be me locking the toilet door and just going,
The air hostess is escorting you down the aisles. This way, my love.
Hey, look, we have many times, well, one in particular time, Moira had to push me on a trolley cart. Where was it? In Hong Kong? No,
Yes. It was
yes.
Hong Kong. Yeah.
Yeah, had to push me on a what are they called?
On a
Luggage
baggage
trolleys?
trolley.
Because I was that out of it. And I was literally laying on the luggage, just like a dummy.
Oh, Emma.
Yeah, and people were like staring, and I did not care. Like I
just took
I'd
her straight
lost
to the
all,
toilets.
I had no more
I was
fucks to
like,
give.
sort yourself out, love. You're an absolute mess. Can't believe I've been seen with you.
That's funny.
So that's what
digressed. We've totally digressed.
I know, but that's what would happen on Amazing Race. You would have to push me around everywhere on a baggage trolley.
So if you get this podcast to 50,000 likes, we'll enter into the Amazing Race.
I apologize in advance. So that's everything that you missed, Paige. That was it. It was a roller coaster night. There was a lot of bombs dropped, and it was a lot for MAFS. So I can only imagine what we're in store for from Sunday onwards.
Well, I'm glad that I've got the whole weekend up until Sunday to catch up on everything that I've missed, because it's a whole lot to take in.
It is.
So what do you think is going to happen until the next commitment ceremony? Well, you guys need to stay tuned until our next MAFS catch up. You have been listening to your hosts. I am Paige.
Moira.
And I'm Emma.
And you've been listening to What She Said. Have a great night.
Bye.